Hey you, welcome back and thanks for joining me for another video. For those who are new, my name is Tyler with an O. As you can tell by the title, it's just going to be another chit chat video. I'm going to be applying my face, the usual, while I talk to you guys. So without further ado, let's get to it. I'm going to do something a little different. I picked up this NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator just because, I don't know, I've been really feeling like the dewy look lately. And so I'm gonna mix this with my foundation to just kind of give my skin an all over dewy little look. I don't know, we'll see if it works. But anyways, so I went to see that movie, what's it called? Til Death Do Us part. And I really don't want to just like straight up bash this movie, but it was so bad, y'all. I was so disappointed. And I don't know, the way they were promoting this movie, because you know they have like targeted marketing and cookies and everything, so I don't know if maybe I just was seeing hella previews and shit because of the things that I watch or the things that I might be interested in online, I don't know. But they were hyping this movie up like it was just about to be the fucking suspense drama of the year type shit, so I was like really excited to see this movie. However, from the beginning scene of this movie, let me tell you, I was just so unimpressed. Now, and I really did not want to dislike this movie because, you know, it's one of the black films that are out right now, black cast and everything. So going into the theater, I was just really rooting for this movie. But then as soon as this movie started, I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, please tell me this is not how this whole movie is about to be. So like, okay, I don't even want to say the actors like couldn't act or whatever. I don't want to give them all of the blame for the movie being as bad as it was. Because in high school, I was in theater and whatnot. You know, I was no thespian, but I had some little acting gigs or whatever. And I understand that like direction has a lot to do with the outcome of the movie. So I want to blame like the director, producer, whoever behind the scenes for not making sure this movie and these scenes were up to par before they put that shit on the screen. And I don't know the names of the characters or whatever, but like the opening scene, you got the light-skinned bald dude from Being Mary Jane, and then the girl that's supposed to be giving you, you know, perfect relationship tease, successful couple, have a beautiful house, it's date night, he buys her piano, whatever. But it's just like, the chemistry was not there. Like, I was not buying it. I did not believe that y'all even too much knew each other before reading for these parts, but that y'all had a whole ass marriage, and the chemistry was just off, number one. My biggest problem, and this was throughout the whole movie, was like the timing. Like, the timing of all of the lines and everything was just so unnatural and so off. It literally felt like they were reading a script. I don't know. It literally felt like all the characters were just sitting up there reading their lines off of a script and doing like a walkthrough before they actually start acting. I don't know. It just felt so unnatural. Like the dialogue and everything. And then now homeboy from Being Mary Jane, the bald black dude, the husband, you know, I liked him in Being Mary Jane and his acting was great in Being Mary Jane. So I don't want to say that he can't act. However, I was not buying it. And sorry y'all, this is definitely about to be a major spoiler alert, so if you still plan on seeing this movie, click out of this video. But that very first time that he hit her or whatever, and he smacked the shit out of her when she brought up his dad or whatever, it was just so unbelievable. Like, you could tell he really ain't about that life, for one. And then it's just like his reaction and the emotion, it was just really, really lacking. And then like, you could obviously see that this wasn't no, you know, high budget, $billion set film or whatever, but still I felt like it was so low budget. Even the cinematics, like the camera angles, did they only have one camera? Like there was no like multiple angles, there was no, you know, panning in and all that other stuff, no background focus, like, you know, it was just real amateur, like it was real basic. The fucking hospital that her dad was in or whatever, was that even a hospital? There was no name on the building, you know, it was just a little room that y'all probably rented out or y'all came in, knocked in during production production and be like, hey, nobody's in the room, on the last room on the left. Can we just use that? We're shooting a little project. Like, it just seems so amateur. There was barely any extras, so that's how I know that the budget wasn't popping like that, because y'all couldn't even pay people to be extras in the movie. Every scene, it had the people who had lines and nobody else, aside from like the party scene, which I know that was just y'all whole production crew. You told them like, hey, just business casual, y'all all gonna be in the scene today. So I was just so unimpressed. And then even like the transitions. Now y'all know how like in TV shows or whatever, when they show like the city in between scenes or whatever, they'll show like the cars driving on the freeway type shit, just to give you a sense of the setting of what city you're in or whatever. That shit was so bad. Like, you can tell that the scenes that they were showing in the city that the movie was actually in weren't the same. Like, those were some stock videos if I ever seen some. Not to even mention the quality of them. They were fucking fuzzy as fuck. If y'all seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. Like, they showed the little night scene where the car's driving on the freeway. Shit was blurry as all get out. Shit was fuzzy as fuck. Like, you could tell y'all literally maybe screen recorded off of an iPhone, got that little clip, and then added it into the... And was it the same one in a couple of them? I don't understand. I was just so disappointed because I was really rooting for this movie, and I really did not want to dislike it. But the whole movie, I'm just sitting there rolling my eyes like, you gotta be kidding me. Even the whole abusive marriage thing, like, you know, when girls are like, oh, it's not his fault, blah, 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 he promised he never did. It just wasn't even believable. Like, you could tell, like, girl, you are reading a script. You don't even believe the words that are coming out your mouth, and you sitting up here trying to convince me of the words that are coming out your mouth. Like, you can just tell that she wasn't in no genuine distress. And it was just so hard because that's what you're trying to sell me. That's what I'm supposed to be believing, but your characters don't even believe it. And honestly, the best acting in the whole thing, and this is unbiased completely because I don't even watch Basketball Wives, if that's the show she's on, or Love and Hip Hop, I don't know, whatever show she came from, but Drea probably was the best actress in the whole fucking movie. Drea and Taye Diggs were the only two good actors in this movie. And I hate to say that, but it's true. Like, they were the only two who I could actually believe that they were their character, you know? And speaking of Taye Diggs, now this is another thing that just made it so unbelievable. I get it, the whole like he was stealing her lemons or whatever. Y'all wanted to have a cute little story as to how they started, how they met or whatever. Like, I get it, even though that was just so fake too. But, you know, he's stealing her lemons. Oh, your lemons are falling on my tree, on my lawn. Oh, well, the tree is in my yard. It's my lemon. Whatever. Girl, bye. We heard it before. But the fact that, like, you know, she's going over there and she's trying to get his attention, but she can't because he's listening to his loud rock and roll music. Nigga, this dude is a elementary school teacher. Mind you, a black elementary school teacher. The fuck he look like listening to fucking heavy metal that loud and sitting up there jamming in his yard, watering the lawn and picking lemons, listening to heavy metal. Taye Diggs, you know, I just feel like I get it, and I'm not gonna say it's not possible because I'm sure there's plenty of, you know, my black brethren out there who just love picking lemons, listening to heavy metal. But it would have been more believable if he was blasting some Jaheim. He could have been out there jamming to some fucking, hell, Angie Stone, like shit, something that was just more believable for the character. I don't know, that shit just threw me. I was just like, oh my god, like I could not roll my eyes hard enough during this movie. Ooh, and another thing, one thing I fucking hate is some over obvious foreshadowing. I feel like it's an insult to my intelligence when I'm watching a movie. It's one thing to just have like subtle foreshadowing. Y'all know what foreshadowing is. It's like when they say or do something early in the movie to let you know what's going to happen later in the movie. But the fact that in the beginning, when they was having a little party at homegirl house or whatever, and then her best friend pulled her to the side and go had a conversation. First of all, who the fuck says this, especially this far along into their relationship? Homegirl, she pulled her friend to the side talking about, oh my god, like he is such the perfect guy, like what's wrong with him? Or you better keep your eye on him because mama always said if they're this perfect now, something's gonna be wrong later. Like, who the fuck says that? And especially, that's some shit that you say to your best friend when y'all just met, when you just talking to the nigga, when you sitting out of dick pics and y'all in love and all that other shit. But they either just got married or were about to get married, whatever the case might be. They were having a party celebrating the longevity of their relationship, and then this bitch gonna put her to the side talking about, oh, he's so perfect, you better watch out, he's gonna be a fucking serial killer. Like, you know, it was just so unbelievable. I was so mad because I really wanted to like that movie, but the whole time I just could not roll my eyes hard enough. And like, I don't know if they adapted this script from another thing. I didn't pay that much attention to the credits or whatever, but even like, it was just so unoriginal. Like the whole part that was supposed to be the fucking plot twist, that homegirl faked her death or whatever so she can escape him or whatever. Usually when something like that happens in a movie, that's when like you get an audience reaction when it's just like, oh yay, she got away, blah 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 blah. But it's just like when it was just like, oh, she faked her death, and then they were showing how she did it. We were just like, okay, and like, bitch, we fucking knew that. Like, this isn't surprising. How, like, it was just so expected. The whole movie was the bad acting, the bad timing, the bad script, the lack of chemistry between the characters. It was just, it was all bad. Y'all, save your money. I'm so upset. Again, I wanted so badly to like this movie, but save y'all money, dude. All in all, I felt like this movie, again, I'm not putting it all on the actors. Whoever wrote or directed this shit was just like lacking experience or something. And okay, like if you take that movie, the whole abusive relationship story, and then compare it to like the Tyler Perry movie. It wasn't Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Which one was it? Family Reunion? I don't know. Whatever the movie was where the bitch was getting beat or whatever. Now that was some acting there. That was so believable. The emotion was there. The chemistry with the characters. Even the story, it wasn't like the ultimate obvious. I'm just like, did y'all even watch, like did y'all even sit and watch the movie before it premiered? Did y'all have a chance to just sit and watch? And then when you did, were you really sitting there like, yes, this is the bomb, like we about to get Oscars, bitch? I don't think so. I really don't think so. You know what? In the part when he had slapped his wife or whatever, the very first time he hit her, and then she was on the floor, and then he was like talking to her, standing over her, talking to her, and he was just like, you know, don't you ever talk about my father again. And then he gets up and he's like, clean yourself up. From what? Like, bitch wasn't crying. Her hair was not out of place. She was just laying there on the floor. What are they cleaning up? They didn't break a vase. They didn't spill no water. So it's just like shit like that. It was like a cliche. Like you say, clean yourself up after you whoop somebody's ass. Because generally, you've done it to the point where they need to clean themselves up. Or you about to go out in public. You don't want people to notice that the bitch got a fucking bloody lip or something. It's just shit like that. Little details where I was just like, man, nah. Not buying it, not here for it. I'm not picking up what you're putting down. And it's almost embarrassing for the actors who are in it because I know it wasn't them. But you're listening to somebody like me and I'm thinking that y'all motherfuckers can't act. You know, like I just feel so bad. I think I'm gonna use my Master Chrome highlight just a little bit. I've really gotten into like the whole C-shape highlight thing. I don't know. Usually, I used to just be a cheekbones highlight type of person, but then I started doing like under the brow and then over the brow, and I was like, fuck it, if I'm gonna do over the brow, I'm gonna just do the whole thing. Like I want, when I turn my face, you see that? I like that. I like that. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that movie. This is where I'm gonna stop as far as my face is concerned. I'll be continuing in another video with the eye look to go with it. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Til Death Do Us part. I didn't know that this video was just gonna be me talking about that, but I just had so much to say about that fucking movie. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. Go ahead and like, comment down below, and more importantly, subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of this Tyler with an O goodness. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.